for being here with me this morning. The number one issue in this campaign has been the economy and where our economy is and where this economy is going. And for me, it's about opportunities and it's about the potential of the state of Vermont. How do we increase opportunities? And, I was fortunate enough to have been brought up here in Vermont with good opportunities, access to a high quality of life in a working class family where we could get a good education, and we knew that if we worked hard, we'd be able to get ahead. My parents believe that, and I believe it. And what I see when I'm talking with people today, when I talk with, especially with young families, is a sense that this economy is not the same anymore. The opportunities are not there. And just as my parents wanted my brothers and myself to realize our full potential, and just as the family wanted to realize its full potential, that's what Vermonters want today. They want it for themselves. They want to have jobs that pay decent wages and have decent benefits, and they want good opportunities for their children. So the question is, how do we get there? And it begins with a vision. It's about translating that vision into action, and how you get there is with good, solid leadership in this state. So I'm presenting a plan today that talks about revitalizing our economy, recognizing that we are still in an economic downturn and that we've got a lot of work to do just to get back to where we once were in this state, where we were a generation ago and where we were even just a few years ago. And the vision is we have a state where families can work hard, earn a decent living, have great benefits, and see an opportunity to save for their future, save for their kids, so their kids can have even better opportunities. It's about a Vermont where every child is born healthy and has an opportunity to get off to a good start and can succeed through schools, and then can move into a job that pays a decent wage. It's a Vermont that has a clean environment, where we see our environment as a strength, where we see it as integral to our economic future. It's a Vermont which has a good healthcare system, a Vermont with a good energy strategy, a Vermont that's poised and ready to move ahead. And it's about taking that vision and turning that vision into a reality. And everybody on the campaign trail is talking about a vision. And it's important that we recognize the potential of Vermont and the good things that we have done and that we could do. But the question is, how do you turn that vision into action? And it starts with leadership. It starts with a governor who's truly focused on economic development. It can put together a management team of folks across state government, not just the usual economic development officials, but everybody, to recognize that we need state government pulling in one direction. And the governor is taking the lead to say everything we do should be leading to a strong economy. It's about listening. One of the complaints I've heard from business leaders in recent years is they don't feel that they've been listened to. They don't feel that they have been involved in setting the strategies. There are various advisory councils out there that have been moribund in recent years. And it's time to reconstitute them and really put a solid focus and really a solid team together at state government level to work with the governor to revitalize our economy. It also starts with basics, and it starts with a reality of where we are today. And we've been going through really tough budget times, we know that. And those tough budget times are going to continue. And you can't realize your vision, and you can't have a strong economy until we get through what we're in, until we rebound from this recession, until we deal with our budget deficits in a very realistic way, and in a way that protects the most vulnerable in our society, because they are all part of our economy too, and in a way that doesn't shortchange our future by making decisions now that are going to cost us more money in the future. And it's about recognizing our local economies. One of the fascinating things for me as I travel around the state is a recognition that Vermont is a collection of local economies. That's why our regional development corporations and regional planning commissions are so important, because they're the ones who are on the ground working with local businesses, working with local business leaders to figure out what is going to be best for their community, what the opportunities are for their community, and then tapping into the various state and other resources that are there to help businesses. So you build that framework for developing the economy, and then you move to the action pieces. And the action pieces are things that I've been talking about throughout this campaign. maintaining the quality of life in this state, and doing it in such a way through a permit process that's reformed that does not hurt our economy, hurt our ability to have good development in the state. It's about the quality of our infrastructure. We've been very fortunate in the last couple of years to be receiving sums of federal money, and it's using that money wisely to rebuild our roads and our bridges, and to invest in our broadband access, and investing in our telecommunications and cell phone service. And I believe we're on the right path to that, but it's going to take continued state investments, and we need to be realistic about that. It's about the quality of our workforce, and recognizing, as I have on the Economic Development Committee, that we have a lot of workforce development programs out there, from state programs to higher education to some in the private sector. They need to be better coordinated so we get more bang for the dollars that we spend. It's about the quality of our education system. A lot of businesses, when they're looking to expand, they're looking to higher education. They're looking to the graduates of our high schools and our colleges to say, where are our workers coming from? Where are the people with the skills that we need? And too many of those businesses today are going out of state to find the people with the skills that they need, rather than looking inside the state of Vermont. And finally, we need an emphasis on small businesses in this state. I think small businesses have gotten short shrift from this current administration. Yes, our large businesses are important, and we're going to continue to focus on that. We need to have them stay here. We need to have them grow. We need to have them prosper. But business growth, job growth in Vermont in recent years, when it's been there, has come from our small businesses, our entrepreneurial businesses, our renewable energy businesses, the high-tech sector, the agriculture sector. And state government needs to broaden its focus to include the small businesses in the state. I'm a small business person. I understand what small businesses go through in dealing with the various issues that confront the business community. I believe that the state has to do a better job in working with our small businesses. And that's not a change in focus, it's a broadening of the focus to make sure that they're getting the kind of help that they need to grow and expand. And all too often I've talked with small business people and I say, what's your relationship with the state of Vermont? And too often I hear there is no relationship, because there's nothing there to really help them out. So this is a strategy, this is a plan. It's a very realistic plan. It doesn't have a lot of big promises that can turn into empty promises. It's a recognition of where we are, the need to get through where we are, the budget crisis that we have, and a recognition that we are spending a lot of money in this state on economic development, and perhaps we have not been getting the biggest bang for the buck. If we shift priorities, if we shift our focus, perhaps we can build a stronger economy. I believe we can, and I believe we can realize our vision.
Are you talking about taking